So patch 7.2 has just hit the PTR servers, and with that, a bunch of tier 20 set pieces have been released. Hello everyone, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about and rating some of these new tier 20 set pieces from the upcoming raid to Sargeras. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. So, let's just jump right into it. I'm going to be looking at some of these set pieces from MMO Champion. They got a lovely website over here. I'll link to that in the description, where you can view all the released tier sets, and you can view them in a model viewer as well. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, doing a bit of both. And let's right off the bat, I'm gonna say it. They talked about at, I think it was BlizzCon, that the tier 20 sets from Sargeras would be heavily inspired by the tier 6 from Black Temple. Now, when I heard that, I got really excited because I'm a big fan of a lot of the gear that drops in Black Temple. But I didn't know it would actually be like a straight up remake. But we're going to talk a bit more about that at the end. Also, another disclaimer: not all sets have been released yet. Some of the sets don't contain. If you look at this is a normal version, while this is a mythic. It's called Mythic Gold, and this is Mythic Silver, whatever that means. Might be some PvP related stuff that wants a PvP version, but not every class has a mythic yet. But some has what is called a Horde and Alliance. This is the Alliance version, for example, and this is the Horde version. Whatever that means, but that's what the file is called, so just keep that in mind. Let's just jump right into it and start off at the top with Demon Hunter. Now, overall, this set is pretty cool. I like it. It's you can't really judge it too much, just because of the fact that this is a human model. And as you probably will know if you actively play Legion, humans can be demon hunters. So with a Night Elf or Blood Elf model, this might look really cool. But I like the set. I like the Mythic version. Not a big fan of the Mohawk thing here, but that's just a personal preference. I like the shoulder pads and the gloves a lot, and the belt. That's really cool. And also the toes. They got like nails. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like claw nails. It's pretty cool. I didn't notice that until now. That's pretty neat. But it's a pretty cool set, and it has a lot of class fantasy with a whole lack of chest piece and sleeves, I guess. So that's pretty neat. Let's just move right on to the Death Knight set. Now, no mythic set has been released yet for the Death Knight. So we're just gonna be rating the, I guess you would call them normal. Oh, hang on. Can you choose? Oh, hang on. I didn't know this. Can you actually pick Night Elf? Oh yeah, you can. Wow, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Okay, look at this then. This is a lot cooler. They got nails as well and everything. This is really cool. Okay, I like the set then. I really do like the set. It really does fit. I'm sorry, I didn't know this, and I'm too lazy to retake it. The Death Knight set, it's let's go back to human. It's pretty straightforward actually. It's pretty simple. I'm not too big of a fan, but I don't dislike it either. Like, I like the belt and I like the gloves. Shoulder pads and helmet is a bit too simple for me. But I like the chest and the shoes. But I think if you amp it up a little bit with the mythic set and add some cool shit to the shoulders, I think the set's gonna look really cool. Don't know about the helmet, not too big of a fan, but once again, it's got potential. So I'm not gonna go too much into depth with this one, but I think the mythic set will look even cooler, or just actually cool if you are not a big fan of this one. The druids. This is the first remake we're seeing because the other classes weren't in the game at the time where the tier 6 were made. Let's make this one a Night Elf. Just that is not a Night Elf. I'm sorry. There you go. I do like this one. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool remake. Looks pretty neat on a torrent actually. But I like the mythic version as well. Where it's like a whole helmet. It's a pretty cool set, and I do like it. I really do. But I don't play a lot on my druid. It's gotta be said, and I'm not sure I would pick this as a transmog. But it's got a lot of Clans Fantasy to it. And next we got a Hunter, another tier 6 remake, the infamous Eye set. Once again with the animations, it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. I never liked this set too much. I know a lot of people do, but I've always found it kind of gross. But that might just be me. The mythic sets they're pretty cool as well. I do like them. I do. The only thing that I dislike about the mythic set is that the normal sets, they have this weird, I don't know what it is. It's like a jaw or something. It's like bony with spikes going around the chest, almost like a belt, but at the stomach. And the mythic set doesn't have that, so that's a shame. But it's a cool set, I guess. But I'm kind of missing those spikes on the mythic set. The mage is also a tier 6 remake. Surprise, surprise. They basically all are. This is the Alliance version, I guess. Green and Horde version. Like this one. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Not a big fan of the helmet. I actually prefer the old set. I don't know what it is, but I feel like tier 6 looked cooler. The mythic versions, they look pretty neat. I wouldn't call them magey. It's not what I would say would be a mage. Like, you know, those core sets where it's like when you think of Paladin, you just think of Judgment and Lightbringer, and when you think like that, it's like it's not really class fantasy fulfilling, and it doesn't match the theme. But I could see a lot of cool transmog coming out of, especially the shoulders and perhaps even the helmet. So if nothing else, the mythic set and the other sets, they have a lot of transmog potential. Also, although I'm not a big fan of the raw version, I think it could look really cool if transmogged correctly. Now the monk set, I don't really know. It's kind of cool. I like these, the shoulder protection things. In my opinion, they don't have enough of that in the game. But I don't know. It's not my favorite set by any means. This one's called Mythic. I'm not sure what's mythic about it. To me, it looks just like a recolor of the normal versions. But it might just be me. If you're able to see something that's not the same on the mythic set, something blatantly obvious that I missed, then do let me know. But it's all right. I'm not the biggest fan. Mythic is a bit plain to me. I prefer new models on mythic sets or some sort of upgrade, and I don't really feel like that's happening with this set. But it's all right. I could see why people would roll this, but I would probably pick something else for my monk. Now Paladin, this is my main, and this is one of my main sets. I always love the tier 6 Lightbringer set, especially the shoulder pads. They've always been a favorite of mine ever since I saw like Tyrion Fordring at the what's it called, Chapel of Light's Hope, in the Death Knight starting zone. I just fell in love with it, and I've been in love with these shoulders ever since. Now, and this is why I got excited when I heard that Tier 20 was going to be a remake of Tier 6, because they specifically said that imagine what the Lightbringer set would look like, but with today's artists and techniques and graphics, and I was like, holy shit, that's going to be neat. Am I disappointed? A little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was I don't know what I was expecting, but looks almost identical. Like, the shoulders look really neat. I love the shoulders. They're so much cooler in this version. Because the light particles and the light effects, they're just so much cooler. And the runes and stuff. It's so much more, I guess you could call it obvious what it's supposed to be. Not that the other one was like, you had to look to see it was light shining through. But this one, you just notice it right away. The crown as well, the helmet effect is pretty neat. But I was never a big fan of this helmet. Because, yeah, it looked too plain. It was too, like, healer-esque. While I prefer, like, a more warrior-esque theme for my paladin. And the gloves they're a straight up a downgrade. Like, on the original version, you had like some sort of lantern, kind of like the shoulder pads. You had a similar effect on here, which is not here. And also you had like some sort of cloth coming down here, kind of like up here. Is a blue cloth coming down, and I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't integrate that. Kind of like they did with the tier 19 set. That would have been cool to see something like that. So am I disappointed? A little bit. I think it could be a lot cooler, but hopefully the mythic set is gonna be a bit more like fancy, because it looks really neat, but it just looks like a remake. This is a Horde version apparently. This is the Alliance version. Right now it just looks like an HD remake, which is neat, but I would love to see something new as well. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to sound spoiled, but that's my opinion. Priest, another tier 6 remake. I like it. It's pretty neat. I always like this set. It's pretty darn cool. Especially the other recolors and stuff. This one's really priesty. But the mythic sets, damn, dude. Like, look at this. This is really neat. Look at the chains. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know if that's cool or cringy. I actually can't decide. I think it's pretty neat. I like it. Oh, and there's like flying rings and stuff. That's actually really cool. I really like this set. I like it even more now. Although the light effect could be like blue. But I do like it. I do. I really do. It's a neat set. It always has been, and hopefully you priests out there will get an artifact skin that matches this a little bit better for a more shadowy look. Look at the let's look at the rogue skin or tier set. Personally, I'm kind of mixed with this one. I can't decide whether I think it's really cool or really stupid. Not a big fan of the helmet. Just gonna go out on a limb and say I don't like the upright collar like that. I feel like it looks edgy and cringy. I don't like that. Shoulders are pretty neat. Gloves are really cool. Belt and boots, it's pretty neat. Which one's the mythic set? This one. This one's pretty cool. But once again, I don't feel like the helmet looks a little bit better here. But once again, I dislike it. I'm not a big fan of that. So yeah, rogue set. It's pretty all right. From the waist down, at least, including the gloves, I really like it. Helmet, not a big fan. Shoulders, I don't know. I feel like they could have done something a little bit cooler. I don't know what, but I like the idea of it. But I feel like the execution is not as cool as it could have been. But it's got some transmog potential. I guess if you get another helmet. Let's move on to Shaman. Now the Shaman is Shaman tier 6 has always been a favorite of mine, because of the shoulders with the lightning particle effects. Now it does not look like this one has them, at least not this version, but they do have some particle effects, which is pretty cool, and I like it. It's one of my favorite sets before, and they got some really cool color schemes and variations now as well. This is the Mythic version. They've got a little bit of the lightning theme going on. It's not as much as the tier 6 version though, but I still like it. It's neat. It's a lot of class fantasy colliding, especially with the different colors. Shamans always seem to be getting those because of the different elements. But I really like this one though. You know, this one and the fist weapon, the magma, whatever they're called. That'd be really cool. Oh, the shoes! I didn't even notice. Okay, that's. I don't know if I like the shoes. The fact that they're just like a spike, but maybe if it's like a Draenei. It looks a little bit better, although I will say it's kind of weird if you if you have a this looks cool, but if you got hooves with claws on, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm sorry, but I like this set. It's a really cool set. It's a lovely remake. I really do like it. This one's like, it's almost priesty. This one, that's actually really cool. Am I the only one who finds that cool? I love when like classes dabble into each other with the looks, so you can make your paladin look like a death knight and whatnot. The Warlock have been getting mixed sets for a while, and some people love him, some people hate him. This is the Mythic one. It's pretty neat. It's once again tier 6. I'm not personally too big of a fan of the tier 6 set, the original one. And I find this one kind of simple. I would love to have the tier 6 version have a particle effect where you get like wings when you jump and whatnot. I hope this one's got something similar. Otherwise, it's kind of boring. It's a little bit too simple. I love the gloves though. Gloves are really cool, and some of the colors are neat. But I almost prefer the previous tier. What's it called? I almost prefer the tier 19 helmet, but I don't know, that might just be me, but I like it. It's pretty cool. And lastly, we got the Warrior. Now the Warrior is it's always, tier 6 has always been one of my favorite as well, and this one's really cool in my opinion. It looks pretty neat. Maybe not the back, but hopefully you get some hair or something to cover that up. But it's got some cool versions. They all look pretty darn neat to me. I love the gloves. Gloves are really cool. Now the Mythic, I'm not the biggest fan of the helmet in Mythic. I find it looks a bit odd, but that might just be a personal preference. But I see a lot of really cool transmog opportunities with this whole theme. And yeah,